Start.
What's up, you guys? Dobar dan. The day has come. It is our last day here in Belgrade. We are catching a flight tomorrow to Albania and are very excited about that. But we wanted to actually put a video together that's a little bit different than some of the other videos that we've been doing. Most people put videos out about spending a couple of days or a day or an afternoon or maybe even a week in a place, and I think that what's different about the way we travel, we slow travel, so we don't stay in a place for any less than a month. So I want to put a video together that talks about what life is like in Belgrade, living for an extended period of time. So what has life been like for us this past month? And I actually put together a 12-point list of metrics that I think that we'll probably use moving forward everywhere we go to kind of evaluate what a city is like for us. I mean, this is all very, very subjective. Livability for us and whether we would want to return or perhaps even live there long term. So real quick, here is the list of metrics that we are going to use. Let's see here. I know that safety and scams is one of them. So number one, safety and scams. How safe is the city? So number two, affordability. Number three, the quality of housing accommodations. Number four, infrastructure, cleanliness. I kind of grouped cleanliness in with infrastructure. Five, the food. So, I mean, do we find the food appealing? Is it tasty, but is it also high quality? And for us, we're always looking for high protein. So is it easy to find high protein in the city? Access to good gyms is number six. Number seven, good weather. Number eight, is there enough fun things to do? Number nine, is it easy to meet people? And by people, I mean locals or expats or other fellow travelers. 10, is it easy to get around? So we're talking about whether it be transit, walkability, or, you know, driving, a scooter, a car. How easy is it for us to rent, park, navigate traffic? 11, and this is a nice to have. The last two, 11 and 12, are nice to haves. Do most people speak English is number 11. I mean, I think it's pretty unrealistic for us to go to a place, a foreign country, and expect people to speak English. But if they do speak English in, you know, especially in the central sort of major hub areas, then that's a bonus. And then number 12, we threw in, does it have a craft beer scene? Then that's, again, really subjective. It's because we like craft beer. It'd be nice to occasionally get a nice IPA. So without further ado, let's dive right into this. So before even getting into the metrics, overall, I would say that I really liked Belgrade for the last month, and and correct me if I'm wrong, I suspect that you liked it even more.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. I think I liked it more than most of the places that we've been to so far in the world.
Okay. Well, I mean, is it fair to say that you loved it even?
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay.
I could come back here multiple times throughout our adventures. This could be like a pit stop for me.
Okay. And I think there's probably a few different reasons why she liked it more than I did. Yeah. But just off the top of my head, remember that Adela speaks Serbo-Croatian. So she came in here, when she got here, she was a little nervous about whether her language skills would, you know, would she be able to navigate things. And I think now that we've been here for a month, like, she navigates like a native person here. So that really, I think, obviously makes it easier for someone to fall in love with the place if they can communicate like a native. Okay. So number one, safety and scams. I think the city is super safe. Before we came here, I had some preconceived notions about what it was going to be like. I imagined I imagined gangs. Like, I thought there were, I'd heard about these protests that are happening against the government, And I asked AI if it was going to be safe for us to walk around, and AI said everything was going to be fine, except watch out for like local football games where you know, where you're going to come across hooligans and whatnot. I didn't see any of this for the month that we were here. I have no reservations about walking around in the middle of the night here. Even if Adela was by herself, she could walk around in the middle of the night here. Super safe. I didn't see any of the sort of bad element that I thought I was going to. I almost feel silly for feeling that way before coming here.
Yeah, as a woman, there's like no catcalling. Definitely, you can feel free to wear what you want as a woman. I think that's important. Yeah, I felt completely safe to venture around the city by myself. It was great. I feel, 100% safe.
And I'll add that I had some concerns about racism towards like Asian people, because I had read that as well, and I honestly didn't feel any of that whatsoever. So
nor have I witnessed anything towards him like that.
So
Another thing was about the scams. Remember?
Exactly. So
do
you want to tell that story, or should I tell it?
You can tell.
Okay. So we a couple days ago went out for a day trip that we'll talk about in a second. But one of the people in our group was a Chinese family. So it was a mother, father, and their son, and they were traveling from Paris to Belgrade. And at the airport, she had she had a brand new bag that she was bringing over that I guess border security questioned her about, and they said that she would have to pay a tax on it, which is perfectly fine. That is an acceptable, normal thing to expect for a high valued item. Now, what is not expected is apparently they were offered the choice of paying the tax or paying a bribe. So they were actually asked to pay a bribe, and that just absolutely floored me when I heard that. They were totally floored themselves, and I got the feeling that really left a bad taste in their mouth. I mean, imagine dropping into a country for the first time, and having that be your first interaction. It's just not a good look. I think it's embarrassing, and especially for a country that's trying to get into the EU. That's just a really disappointing thing to hear about. Hey? I mean,
that's not something I can't say I'm surprised, but I'm disappointed because obviously it's like I'm coming from this area. Like I come from this area. It's like the last thing I want people to feel is that, you know, Serbians or Croatians or Montenegrins are scamming people. That's not something I want to hear.
Yeah, and one last note on safety, and we kind of had to dig deep to like really find any sort of blemish when it comes to safety. The driving here is pretty aggressive.
Yes.
So crossing the street, you kind of just have to have your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple times where we were crossing the street, and it looks like people are like accelerating to make you go faster to cross the street.
Yeah.
Like
they're in a hurry. They do not care where you're going. They care about where they're going, and it's it's pretty interesting to watch, especially when they get out of their cars and start yelling at each other.
Which we saw.
Yeah.
So the first week, and I don't have video of that, or else I'll show you.
Yeah, it's pretty funny actually.
Yeah, we saw an accident, and this guy got out of the car, and these are two big men that looked like they were ready to throw down and fight, and it was like it was kind of scary.
I mean, I think it's just the culture here. They're not going to do anything to you or to anybody. They're just very like aggro. It does seem like they're very assertive. Yeah,
I'll just say that.
That's about it. Otherwise, we never saw an accident, or we never saw anybody get hurt, or
Okay, point number 2, affordability. Okay, this is one that surprised me, because we came here and we were told that it was going to be super cheap, and to be honest, it's not as cheap as we expected.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say, and we both talked about this, we agreed that it's probably on par with Spain. And I expected for sure, and some of you out there are probably like, no way, Serbia's got to be cheaper than Spain, but I would say it's on par. Eating out at a restaurant.
Maybe even more expensive than Spain.
Depending on where you go.
Yeah, on what you're doing and where.
So you guys, I mean, to put things and give you a bit of context, what is expensive? going out to eat, so like a full meal for 2 people with drinks, it's gonna run you 75 euros.
Like per person?
No, per couple. And I thought it would be half of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe even more.
A reasonable dinner. Okay, so if you want to, again, if you want to
Yeah.
go and have a
Maybe
nicer
even
dinner, it's going to
more.
be like 100
Yeah.
euros. So we'll show you a restaurant, either right now or in another talking point.
Yeah.
We did go to one sort of fine dining restaurant while we were here.
Yeah.
And that was like 150 euros.
Yeah.
So it can get really expensive here.
Yeah. I had 2 glasses of wine, and I think each glass of wine was $25 Canadian. Like,
What's the
that's,
euro equivalent to that?
15. Yeah.
Well, 15. Yeah.
I would say that's pretty on par with Vancouver prices. It's absurd.
Yeah.
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 And those are like local wines.
Yeah, and we were not expecting that. If you want to talk about groceries, again, just like Spain prices. So take that for what it's worth. Obviously, we're not talking about like expensive like Monaco or like Switzerland or Iceland or something, and it's definitely not cheap like Vietnam, but it's sort of middle of the pack. Okay, 3, quality housing accommodations. This is a really interesting one. Okay, so we're gonna show you some video clips of us the first week walking around our apartment, and you'll see right off the bat like how much it's covered in graffiti. So more about that in a second, but there's graffiti all over the city. Our apartment building looks like, at least from the outside, it looks like the downtown east side in Vancouver. Like it looks like the ghetto. We were, I think, quite a little concerned when we first pulled up. First checked in. The inside of our Airbnb is amazing.
Yeah.
It's a little small, but it's amazing. But the outside is frightening, and it's concerning. And you can decide for yourself by looking at these clips here. But it seems to be okay. Like, so this, I'll say this about housing here. There's old buildings, old apartment buildings like the one that we stayed in. That's in Dorćol. That's in the old part of Belgrade. And then there, literally across the river, there's what's known as New Belgrade. It's obviously a newer part of the city, and they're notorious for having newer builds that are very cheap in quality and build material. Mm-hmm. So the walls are super thin, like, you know, there's cracks in the walls.
Just like anywhere nowadays. Really.
Yeah, I mean,
Things are just not made quality anymore.
That's true. That's true. You're not going to have sort of the solid concrete buildings of sort of the last 50 years. You're not going to get that. So our building was fairly quiet.
Yeah.
It felt solid.
Yeah. Even though it looks like it's in the ghetto, the neighbors were really courteous and respectful, and the neighborhood was really safe. You can walk around at night. Actually, we were like right in the hustle and bustle of a trendy neighborhood.
Yeah.
So you like walk around the corner of our building and you're like in a really nice part of the city.
Yep.
So yeah, if you look past the graffiti, everything else I feel like was, I don't know. I feel like it was totally fun.
Yeah, and you do kind
anyways,
of have to look past the graffiti.
Yeah.
For me personally, I love the aesthetic that you see right now in Belgrade.
Yeah.
Anyways,
very
more
grungy.
more about that in a
It's-
second. Let's talk about what
yeah.
we paid for our Airbnb, because
Yeah,
that's got to factor in.
I would say it's definitely a bit expensive given how run down the building is, and
What was
it's
it?
kind of small, but it was around I think it was around 1900 or just over Canadian.
So 1900 Canadian is probably going to be like,
I would
don't
say
know,
about
1,000
13 US, 1300 US.
13 US. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and in terms of being able to find quality Airbnbs, when we were searching for Airbnbs, it wasn't easy, was it?
No.
Okay.
And they're all kind of all over the place when it comes to pricing, but
Yeah.
what we paid is about the average.
Okay.
It's actually kind of mind-blowing what Serbia is charging for their Airbnbs, and I think it's a little ridiculous.
Yeah, and part of that is because it's blowing up right now. Belgrade is like, everyone's talking about it. It's become like a digital nomad destination.
Yeah.
And when you come here, you're going to most likely be staying in Dorćol, which is like the old town. It's the center. It's where, you have all the restaurants and bars. It's where all the action is. So you're going to be staying here, and the landlords are just going to charge an exorbitant amount. I mean, they're going to take advantage of that.
I mean,
right? So,
all right, that's cool.
Okay. So affordability, could be better. Quality, could be better, but obviously not as bad as some of the places we've been to.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example for context. Da Nang, which is an amazing town. We love Da Nang. It's an amazing city. It's blowing up so much, it's impossible to find anything in Da Nang right now. The quality is not great. There's mold in almost all of the apartment buildings in Da Nang. So anyways, I won't talk about that too much, but if you know, that's just an example of not a great city in terms of affordability and quality. Okay, 5, food. Our favorite topic. Man, do these people know how to eat meat? And we ate a lot of meat, a lot of cevape. I mean, I had cevape in Vancouver, and I had fallen in love with it there. And then we came
in Croatia and in
that's true. Totally, you're right.
But
coming here, I think was it our first day we landed, threw our bags. We were so hungry. Went down to Google review. We searched Google, found a highly rated cevape place, and literally we were like, "Oh my god, we hit the jackpot! This is so delicious." Been to the restaurant a couple times since then.
Yeah, no. Portions are huge here in Serbia. Just know that. Lots of meat. Marcus tends to think that the meat or the food is a little bit saltier.
Well, you agree too. It is salty.
But I feel like I can manage it more. Maybe it's because I'm from here.
It's on the saltier side.
Yeah,
so just be warned.
Definitely. Yeah. Lots of butter, lots of oil. But otherwise, I feel like you can get really good food here. So I don't eat pork, so.
Okay. But we have like a good food, but not all food is good here, right?
Yeah. It can get
international food. From what we can tell, not great. So you're gonna see like the occasional Chinese restaurant. We went to a restaurant. It was supposed to be Latin American, and it was not great.
Yeah.
The beautiful interior, beautiful setting, excellent service. Presentation was nice, but the food was it wasn't Latin American.
Well, not all of it was.
It just wasn't great.
And
it wasn't great.
It wasn't like the best. But anyways, that's fine.
Yeah.
So big portions, lots of food.
So I think, and obviously we were here for only a month and didn't try all the international sort of options here, but if I had to guess, they do their regional food excellent, very, very good. International food, probably not that great. So take that for what it's worth. Okay. Okay. Infrastructure, cleanliness. Okay, this is where we talk about the graffiti. The graffiti is a little overwhelming if you're not sort of expecting it. I've talked to some of the locals, and at some point around 10 years ago, at least when it comes to the old town, the downtown core, the graffiti kind of took over, and now it's everywhere, and the city can't do a thing about it. And
this is a relatively newer thing. It's been a thing for like the past 13 years, and if you ask the locals, no one really likes it. But the government isn't really doing too much to.
They can't. It's impossible. Like the moment they clean a wall or paint it, it'll get tagged, or the graffiti will go up. So it's not all negative. And again, this is coming from someone who likes the aesthetic of graffiti, because the way that I look at it is graffiti is a way for the city and the people that live within that city to really sort of express themselves. It gives them an outlet. It gives them a channel. And, I talked to some of the locals, and there's a lot of dialogue going on back and forth between generations, between groups of people, between the people and the government. There's a lot of raw emotion on the walls. And it's not just all tagging and political stuff on the walls, there's actually quite a bit of really beautiful art. So there's a series of murals that are all over the downtown core. They're black and white portraits. And I did a bit of research on this series of artworks. And it was done in conjunction with a football club here many, many years ago. And some of the portraits are like hauntingly beautiful, like absolutely beautiful. And I did manage to capture some of that on video, and hopefully you're looking at some of that right now. So the graffiti in it is not all bad. It can be overwhelming, especially like for us when we're walking to our apartment building. It looks like you're walking into like a bombed out ghetto. But yeah, I don't really know if there's anything more to talk about. I mean, do you want to say anything more to it?
The infrastructure is, I would say, pretty good for the most part. They do have trams and buses available that is free for everyone in Serbia.
Yeah.
Transit is free, which is great.
Which is awesome.
We've taken the bus, felt really safe.
You could just hop right on the back door. All the doors open, and then you can jump in the back because they don't take payment. It's pretty wild actually. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
I think for the most part, Belgrade and like the bigger cities have better transportation infrastructure, but smaller towns probably just buses. So I don't know yet. If we come back, we're going to check out the smaller towns. But they have several highways here. A couple that have been recently built in the past decade or so. So yeah, I think getting around Serbia is pretty easy.
Yeah, and we will say I will say one thing on infrastructure, and this could be a one-off, but we did have 24 hours where we didn't have any water, and that was due to a burst pipe, a water main somewhere in the city, not in our building, luckily, but it was somewhere in the city, and that affected water for probably a large number of people for 24 hours. They just didn't have any water. So maybe a one-off, maybe something that happens once or twice a year. I don't know. Okay. So we are at point number 6. Okay, our gym was amazing.
The best gym ever.
Shout out to Extreme Gym and our buddy Vukata that was there when we first showed up on day 1 and just gave us a friendly smile and helped us sign up so easily and would chat with us.
It was really smooth for the most part. This is the best gym that we've been to.
Hands down.
It's got everything. It's got weights, it's got functional fitness, it's got group fitness, it's got cardio, and my favorite, the CrossFit section.
Yeah.
And the CrossFit section is huge. It's huge.
Yeah, it was.
And it was awesome. So yeah, shout out to Extreme Gym. Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure working out there. Yeah, very clean.
Do you remember what we paid per month? It'd be worth mentioning that. I don't think it was more than like $40 Canadian, like $30 US each.
Yeah, I think.
Which is actually quite reasonable. And like we didn't have to give our card, sign up for a membership.
They took cash.
They just paid for my favorite, and we've been to so many gyms at this point, is you just give them money for the month. That's it. I don't want you to take my credit card information down, sign me up, go through this entire, I hate that.
Exactly.
And this was like so easy. So
that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. So great gyms here. There are closer gyms to where we were staying. This gym was about like a 18 minute walk away.
Yeah.
Which is nothing, which speaks to the walkability of Belgrade. There were closer gyms, but they just weren't as great.
Yeah.
But yeah. So okay, but weather. How was the weather?
Yeah. When we first got here, it was incredibly hot. It was like averaging 43 degrees Celsius for the first week. So we avoided the sun basically from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. in the evening. So basically our first week was kind of kind of hard to do anything and to see much because it was so hot. But after that, it tapered off significantly. It was much cooler. The weather's been quite pleasant. We've also had some rain.
So we've had a few rainy days. So that does happen here in the summer.
Yeah.
What is it right now? This is perfect weather right now. It's probably about
cover,
25 degrees in the shade. We have a nice little breeze.
Yeah, it's
some
beautiful.
cloud cover.
Yeah, the weather here is awesome.
But yeah, I mean, we had a bit of a heat wave, and I'll say in air quotes, we had a heat wave for a week. But consider this: we had a heat wave for a week, and the entire time we've been here, people have been dying in the rest of Europe because of their heat dome situation that's happening. So we consider ourselves really lucky to have been able to stay here for a month when the rest of Europe is literally cooking.
Yeah.
Like there's wildfires in Spain right now where people are dying. So we can absolutely not complain about the weather here.
The weather's great. So if the weather is a factor for you, I would say there are definitely more sunnier days than rainier days. But hear me out when I say this: when it is dark and gloomy and cloudy,
it's depressing here.
Really depressing.
It looks dystopian.
Yeah.
It looks like post-apocalyptic. Like it goes from such a beautiful city to walk around into like, oh my God, it's all concrete. You know, in our other video, we talked about brutalist architecture. Brutalist architecture is cool to look at, but when it's dark and stormy, it's depressing.
Yeah.
You feel like you're on another planet. You feel like you're in one of the Alien movies. Alien 3, the junk planet. If you know, you know. Like it's horrible. So when I say weather, I mean, some of you are rolling your eyes. You're like, well, weather is dependent on when you visit a city. You can't just say the city has amazing weather. So you're right. So I will say Belgrade in June, July, excellent weather. We can't speak for what it's going to be like later on in the summer when it heats up, or in the winter when it gets pretty cold, right? Does it snow here?
Well, from what I remember growing up, the weather here is a lot better than in Canada. I'll tell you that.
Okay,
it definitely is much sunnier and drier here.
Okay.
The winters are not as cold, and they're not. There's not as much snow. Of course, you still get snow here, and it does get cold, but does not last anywhere near as long as it does in Canada. Like I said, I think you get way more sun here. The weather here is way better than Canada, for sure.
Okay, so moving along, this is a fun topic because we're going to talk about fun things to do. Do you want to start? Yeah, I mean, you were on a roll here.
Yeah, fun things to do.
Tons of fun stuff to do.
Lots of fun things to do. Depends on what your hunch is, I guess. Paddle.
Yeah, so I'll turn the camera around. We're literally, while we're sitting on this bench, we're looking at a basketball court and a paddle court here. Yeah, lots of paddle courts.
Yeah, so you can do outdoor cycling, dirt biking. You can do so many things here. Basketball, volleyball. Honestly, there's just even strolling around the beautiful old town streets here, going to cafes. You can go to bistros where they literally have like live music, anything from jazz to DJ spinning. It's so colorful. There's flowers everywhere. There's like really beautiful murals that are really
so
nice,
we're actually sitting in
Kalemegdan
fortress.
Yeah.
So
this is the wall behind it.
Yeah, this is the fortress, which is a pretty cool place to be doing a video.
Really
but
cool.
We're about 5 minutes away from this park, and this park has it all. It's got a museum, it's got a zoo, it's got a few bars. They were running. There's events all over the city right now. They had an event here for FIFA, so we were lucky to be here during FIFA, and people here love soccer. They love football.
Yeah. There are museums.
So what was the FIFA event here like? Why was it cool?
The FIFA event here was awesome because we got to watch Canada play in the park, and off to the side they had
So they show all the games.
Yeah.
They have big screens in the middle of the park, and rain or shine, day or night, they will play
24 hours.
Whatever football match is on at the time. And people were camped out here, hanging out at the tables, eating with their family, drinking, having a good time. We were here more than a few times. During the Canada match, there was like a DJ party thing going on.
Yeah, it was awesome.
We met a bunch of people who they came up to us and said, "Hey, is that your Canadian flag?" Because we travel with a Canadian flag, so Adela was walking around with it. And these guys said, "Hey, can we borrow your Canadian flag?" Because we have a Canadian friend that is not here. He couldn't be here with us today, but we want to send a video to him. So they borrowed our Canadian flag, and you're probably seeing it right now. That was super cool. just events, live music is everywhere here.
Yeah, they love
hiking.
their music. They love to dance.
We it's so easy and beautiful to walk around and get like 10,000, 15,
Yeah,
20,000
easily.
steps here. We were doing that
Easily.
every day. Sunsets are epic from
Yeah.
this park that we're at. You're going to see some of the sunsets that we
Overlooking the
filmed.
Danube River. and the
God, you
Sava
want to
River.
talk about bars, you guys,
Yeah.
and clubs and stuff here.
Yeah.
There are clubs down on the water. They're floating clubs
Yeah.
down by the water here. Amazing coffee culture. We got to enjoy amazing little cafes that were so cute. And what else here? Parks, museums. Okay, we went to the museum. Which museum did we go to? We went to the
People's Museum.
the Museum of Serbia. Was incredible.
Yeah.
Was it Museum of Serbia? Yeah, it was the Museum of Serbia.
Was it museum?
Yeah.
Okay.
We easily 3 hours went by like that at this museum.
And then we did the ethnographic museum as well.
Yeah, so we did a couple museums. We did a day trip a few days ago,
To
which
a
was
fortress, was it a castle? Fortress? What was it?
it was castle fortress called Golubek Fortress. Golubats Fortress. And what was that like? What did we do? We took a bus ride, 2 hours
Out of the city.
east from here with a small group, and they took us to apparently what was Game of Thrones' third choice for the castle. The first choice was obviously Dubrovnik in Croatia. I don't know what the second choice is, but our tour guide said that Golubats Fortress was the third.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. If you know, let me know in the comments. I'd be curious to know myself.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
But
Really,
absolutely stunning. We went to, after that, we did a boat ride around the castle, which was pretty epic. We got on the water in an area called the Hot Gates. So it's the widest
Iron Gates,
part, the Iron Gates, yeah. It's the widest part of the Danube River. It was about, what were they saying, 6 kilometers wide?
Yeah.
6 kilometers wide.
It converges
to something like that's 200 meters. So it's becomes like a choke point of the river. There's some really interesting history there. It's called the Iron Gates. If you're interested, look that up. And then we went for a rakia tasting, and that was part of.
No, we went to a local restaurant.
Right. Okay.
In like a really cute village, and had some local Serbian food. Which
You
was
had
amazing.
the.
Of course, I had cevape.
I had the smoked pork, which is
Smoked pork neck.
totally worth it. Incredible, absolutely incredible.
And
then we went to the rakia tasting. Right?
Yeah, then we went to a winery / distillery, and we had some really lovely tasting of rakia. I also had a couple wines that I tried.
So rakia is what? It's like for the people that don't know.
It's basically just a
liquor made of
that's made of various fruit.
Okay.
It can be traditionally it's made of plum and grape, but it's can be made from apricot. It can be made from pear. It can be made from you name it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving right along here. Okay, how easy was it to meet people here?
I would say it was pretty decent. Mind you, we didn't really go out and seek like circle of friends out right now.
But there were meetups and stuff that I was able to find.
Yeah.
We didn't take advantage of any of that, but there were meetups, international meetups, where you could meet other expats and travelers. It seemed like there were quite a few of them.
Yeah. I think people are friendly, but you do, especially as a foreigner, you do have to go out of your way to find those groups. But I'm sure once you find them, the Serbian people are extremely welcoming and very, very courteous and respectful, and they also want to get to know you and practice their English. So.
Yeah, and I did manage to talk to a few people. The people that I spoke to were awesome. They were very curious about where we were, and so I've got nothing but good things to say about the people.
Yeah.
Okay. Easy to get around. We kind of touched that already. Obviously, having free transit is a huge plus. Things seem to run on time, so you look up on Google Maps your route, and you'll tell you which stop to go to and which bus is coming next. I mean, it's really as easy as that.
Yeah.
We took the transit, like, was it once or twice?
Yeah, once.
Once, and it was we had no problem with it.
Yeah. Very straightforward.
Yeah. getting around. Walkability is awesome here, guys. But again, we stayed. Okay, well, wait a minute. We stayed in the Dorćol. We stayed in Dorćol, which is again the old town here. Walkability is. It just does not get better than this for walkability.
Yeah.
We did spend one day shooting our other video for our brutalist video, where we went to the new town, and that is just not walkable. Like, you need a car to get around.
Yeah.
The walking paths were along the highway. There's just there's garbage everywhere,
it wasn't very nice.
Yeah, it wasn't great. So walkability, again, if you're coming here and it's your first time, you're not going to leave Dorćol for the most part anyway. So
well, if you go to the Belgrade waterfront area, that too is also very walkable. Mind you, there's a lot of construction, but yeah, they're making that into a very lovely neighborhood as well. And outside of Belgrade waterfront, there's also another kind of like older neighborhood. I'm not 100% sure what the name of it is, but it too is very similar to Dorćol. Not as green, but also very walkable.
Yeah, yeah, and
easily accessible via transit.
Yeah,
buses or trams.
Exactly. Okay, the last 2 points are nice to haves, and is English spoken for the most part in the city?
Hugely.
Yeah.
Everybody knows how to speak English
very
well.
Big thumbs up.
Yeah.
That was surprising to me. Because we like Adela said, we visited Montenegro, and I would say more people here speak English in Montenegro.
For sure. Well, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago too, so that could have changed. But
I've gone to have several services done. I've had my hair cut. People spoke perfect English there. I've had some aesthetics done. Spoke perfect English there. Any services you really want. I'm sure if you want dental, optometrist, whatever you needed, everyone speaks English. I went and had some lab work done. Everyone speaks English, so perfect. And the last point,
craft beer. Oh man, craft beer exists. It not only exists here, but it is alive and thriving. Which breweries did we go to? What were our favorite craft beers here?
Well, we went to Docker. That was my favorite. In fact, I want to go there again.
So Docker, the beer is not only good, but like, how cool is that area?
Vibe,
that area.
Yeah, it's like in an industrial area. It's huge. The space is huge. Lots of tables. Got an outdoor section. It's really fun. And then in the industrial park, you have other tap rooms, and you have more restaurants, and then you have some clubs in there, because apparently that area at night is bumping.
Yeah. Again, and that goes back to things to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we are, up until even a couple days ago,
we're still discovering
things.
we're
just walking around, and there'll be like another big industrial park with a bunch of different businesses within this industrial park. And I love the whole industrial park thing. They set up like in container
we've gone to the silos.
Shipping containers.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, it reminds us of
Bellingham.
Bellingham has a shipping container park
Industrial area.
where there's food trucks and an amazing craft brewery there.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds us of that.
Yeah,
so
it's beautiful.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
What was one other beer that we had? Dogma.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dogma Brewing as well.
We went there. We went to 2 of their locations. We also went to a couple tap rooms. What's the D one? The one that's right by our house?
Dogma.
No. It's
Axiom.
That one's good too. That's a great tap room.
Gunner's Pub.
Gunners. There you go. Gunners
okay.
Pub, and then Samo Pivo.
And then Beer Sheep.
Beer Sheep.
Yeah, shout out to all these guys. Yeah, we
Lots of really cool places.
We went out and saw it and found all these. That was one of the things we wanted to do, is find all the craft beer places, and I think we did a pretty good job in a month. So
yeah.
So
hopefully you guys got a thing or two from this video. When
this
you come to visit, don't feel shy. Leave us a comment or a question. Ask us anything you'd like.
I mean, first of all, did we do a good job? I mean, if you're from here, let us know if we did a good job of hitting all the places that are at least in Dorćol, if not sort of the immediate downtown core of Belgrade. We did something different this time around, and I'm wondering if this is going to be something that we're going to do moving forward.
Yeah.
Like, we'll shoot our regular videos, but I kind of want to give you guys information that maybe you aren't getting from other travel vlogs and videos, and that is, what's it like to live somewhere for a month? So if you like this style of video, let us know in the comments below, and we will be for sure doing more like this. If you don't like it and it was maybe not for you, let me know anyway. Yeah, we're going to Albania next. We got to go home and pack. We are very excited to be in Albania. We're going to be going to Sarande for a month, and then the capital Tirana after that. My brother might be joining us, which is pretty crazy. Oh my god, I can't wait. That'll be so cool to shoot content for that as well. Anyways, guys, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, tell your friends, and
Adios,
yeah,
amigos.
adios. How do you say God? Do viđenja.
Do viđenja.
I'll say ciao and do viđenja.
Prijatelja.
Yeah, till next time. See ya. Oh my god, my hand fell asleep about 20 minutes ago, and like I can't bend my finger. Oh man, the pain of making these videos for you guys.